I'm one step closer to figuring out how to get an escort for my birthday.
How that journey going?
Sensationally, actually.
Yeah.
I've never felt so empowered.
Bro. TZ, I just feel like you have to let the people know about your research and how that has been going for you.
I mean, I can share some things. When I put it into practice, that's when I really planned on sharing a full synopsis. But I'm learning some of the places where you could find reputable sex work.
Uh-huh.
I'm learning the things that you have to do to screen. I'm learning the things that you should expect from the 304. I'm also learning about prices, although they say that does vary from city to city. And then, well, that's really it so far. That's all I can confidently say that I understand. How to read an ad, where to compare to make sure that they have other ads, other places to also try to confirm validity.
These sound like high class 304s.
Well, I wasn't just trying to find anything. You know what I'm saying?
You wanted the luxury pack.
I just wanted to find something in my range because, there are a lot of levels to it. So
It is.
I'm not sure if I really can get the top notches of the notch, but I'm not sure that I want the lowest of the low either. So I'm trying to find something in the middies, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not something mid, but, something in the mid of the pack when it comes to escort services.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I got a feeling.
I've thought about practicing in Atlanta leading up to my birthday, but no.
Don't do it to me.
I don't want to get in the game like that. So I'm gonna just, do a little something for my birthday, and that'll be it.
Okay.
That what I'm saying.
My thing is, I wonder if you gonna feel like it was just some regular sex.
I hope not.
And feel like, damn, I just paid for that.
I think the excitement of, am I gonna get robbed?
That's what you're looking for too?
No, I'm not saying that's what I'm looking for, but I'm saying that's gonna add to the. It's gonna add to the value, I think. Does she know that I'm just in the city visiting? You know what I mean?
Not Rob though.
Is
So
she gonna look like her ad?
You gonna let her know up front, yo, you said $200. I got $200.
Well, what I plan to do is figure out her prices from the ad because I don't want to negotiate. From what I'm learning, they don't really like that. They take that kind of as
you got the money for it.
Yeah, an offense toward their business and their product. So I'm gonna do my research, try to find the right number. Once I find the right lady for the right number, and I can confirm a couple things, I'm gonna pay her whatever her ticket is. No questions asked. Straight like that. And I'm gonna follow the rules, however you trying to do this. Long as it ain't too, out there. That's it.
Hell nah, it's easy.
I'm hearing mixed reviews on giving deposits. I'm trying to figure that part out. If that's acceptable, if that's scammy or not. From what I'm learning, that is part of the transaction, and it's something that reputable joints do. So I'm trying to just figure that part out right now. That's where my research is as of today. The face that you're giving me now kind of reminds me of when I was showing you my research last time we met up, and just.
So I'm so curious because I have a really burning question, but I just don't want to ask it right here.
Okay.
Because I really want to know,
what? What?
Again, you're the one doing the research. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But what is going to make one, this sex different from sex.
The effort. I don't have to do anything, and it's guaranteed.
And then, right. Wait, we gonna come back to your answer. But then, right, out of my thought is, out of all the ways that women end up into that, right, negative, of course, it went straight to there. Pimps, rape, molestation, yada yada yada. Right? Oh, blurt all them words out. But how do you know you're not getting someone who has kind of negatively been impacted by this lifestyle, regardless of the, the money that she makes from it? Like,
Heard. I was gonna make a what's the word I'm looking for? Tawdry comparison, but anyways, I don't think that. I think a lot of women feel empowered by being able to do this, quite honestly. I don't think that it's all people being forced into it by like a person, more so than just feeling like they don't have any other options. Not necessarily like kidnapped and forced to do this, but feeling like this is like one of the few things that I can control and able to actually like get money and live a life. So my goal would be to find someone who I don't feel like is doing this forcibly. I mean, how would you ever know? But you just got to look into her eyes. I think you can usually tell what stage of hoeing they are by like their eyes. How much light they still have in it, and if the light is completely gone, then one, that's unattractive, and two, I would think that they're at their end of their rope. And they might have got into it for the wrong reasons, as opposed to someone who is a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? Like they're in ownership or in control of their delusion, and they're like, "This is what I want to do. I feel like this is my business, and I get to be in control of it." And I do think there's a lot of women out there like that. And I think those are the ones that you kind of got to pay a little bit extra for. And I think they provide a real service as well. You know what I mean? Because I think they do have to make it feel like,
damn, I wasn't forced into this shit.
well, you got to be like, hey, this person is at the end of the day paying for a service. And it's not just a physical act. It's, am I making this trick feel comfortable in that he wants to give me repeat business, honestly. So I'm trying to find someone who takes their hoeing seriously. Quite honestly, I respect the game. I just want to find someone who respect themselves and what they offer, and you know what I mean. Who respect their services.
See, this goes back to one of my original points with the whole "talk to me nicely" shit.
Oh, brother.
I'm gonna bring it up every time because I be having to show examples in real time, right? Like, regardless of if I agree with what you're doing or not, regardless of how I feel about sex workers or anything like
Are
that.
You against sex work?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying regardless of that, regardless of my personal thoughts or anything about it. As you speak, one of the things that I give you is the curiosity, and I'm listening to it from you with a respectful thing, like, no, nigga, don't do this shit. Like I'm not tearing you down or, what I'm saying, trying to disrupt your learning process. I see it and I can respect it.
Now that you
and
brought it
I will
up,
look at you differently.
how do you personally feel about sex work?
If it's your choice, by all means, all power to you. If you were forced, no.
Well, I hate that I do this to y'all all the time, but I am curious. Today, as of December 2025, how many girls you think are like forced into it?
Nigga, too many.
More than 50%?
Too many.
More than 50%?
Out of all of the sex workers in general, more than 50? Yeah.
Okay. Because I would guess with OnlyFans and Instagram and
That's
The way that our society is
that's
today.
different. How many women are sex trafficked? That's sex work too.
How many women just sell it because they want to live a life of luxury?
I mean, I think it's a percentage. I don't know what that percentage is,
I mean,
but
then, you know,
for again, if it's their choice, by all means, I support the naked hustle on that accord, right? But if if anything was involved that even shattered your innocence as a person, as a child, like even if you was touched on a whole lot and that what made you promiscuous, and then you got into this, I don't respect that either, because somebody what's the word, somebody took advantage of you, you know what I'm saying? But if you throughout your shit come to a decision that you want to be sexually free, by all means do you.
I don't get the impression that you are pro sex worker.
Again, what's that percentage of sex work that's not forced?
Heard. Because, yeah, even the way that you thinking about it, like yeah, I don't even be thinking about them women. Like, they ain't the ones on TikTok showing me the game.
I don't know. I'm not exposed to that part of TikTok, friend. I don't see that part. You be on Twitter too.
I mean, yeah, I feel like
So you already are exposed to so much more of it. And that's where, like I said, I can talk with you and have a conversation with you about it and explore it with you. But would this be something that I would be doing on my own personal accord? No. You know what I'm saying? But do I judge you for it? No. You don't feel...
it doesn't feel that way.
I'm not judging you in no type of way. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how I may feel about that in general. I don't feel no type of way. Like...
Well, I hear you. I'm just all about the hoes that's saw what they can get on Instagram and decided to take advantage. I'm not one for the ones that was, chained to a radiator and forced to do some shit. You know what I mean? Like, I was just thinking about like millennial hoes who just like to, you know what I mean? They figure they can get 100,000 like, they might as well try to get a couple $100. You know what I mean?
And I just watched a movie on Tubi. Hence where we got it from, right? But this nigga, you could tell that they were shooting on like Morehouse or one of these college campuses out here. I swear it was our school, right? And so I'm sitting up here. The guy, he looked young, and he was, girls called him the food dude, right? Like, oh yeah, he always be up here buying chicks food and da 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 da. And his whole impression was, hey yo, you ain't getting no home cooked meal, like let me just buy you some food. Like, he went into it acting all innocent. He had the malicious intent the whole time. He going after people who don't have nobody that they can, who's looking for them. Right? So they disappeared, like nobody's necessarily looking for them. And so he would go after girls.
This sounds like a
that.
Lifetime movie.
Tubi, man. Tubi's the Black Lifetime. But so he did all that, and then next thing you know, he asked her for a date, which was, the next step. She been interacting with this dude for a little bit, and then all of a sudden he drug her, and she's literally chained to a bed. And she can't do nothing. Like, he's beating her ass. Like, he didn't show no signs of that to begin with. And she didn't have no choice but to do this, as well as all of the other people. She seen somebody who she had seen just in her peripherals or whatever, who was now stuck in doing this. And when somebody showed up to try to rescue her, she didn't want to go. She had it beating her so hard that this is where she needs to be, that it derailed her whole trajectory of her life.
What's the lesson I should be taking from this? Which person am I in this story?
You seem like you are doing your research to where, again, the whole, when the light not in their eyes, like, you could tell them girls' souls had left. So again, if you find somebody, it's all about consent. Consent is sexy. If they want to do that with you and you're willing to pay them to do that with you, have at it, my friend. Have at it. Do you?
Yeah, I mean that's part of my thing with respect, which is also what we were talking about. Like, I'm gonna pay your ticket. I'm not gonna try and shortchange you. I'm not gonna try and negotiate. If that's what you feel like your product is worth, let me get the service. Let me get the full value of the service. And that's all I want. Not trying to force nobody into anything.
Right.
It's funny. I wasn't even thinking about it like that. Like,
and the niggas who come
that's
and show
so
up
old
and
school.
pay for the sex, they're not the niggas that's beating them. So you're not the nigga that's beating her. You just the nigga that's paying another nigga for the service.
Wow, you made this so not fun. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
I was talking about some regular Millennial 304. You talking about like real sex trafficking.
Well, you know which part of the spectrum you don't need to follow.
That's so funny. I really wasn't thinking about that at all. Like, damn, I don't even want the girl who looked like that.
They didn't look like bad, bro. Like, they dressed them up.
I mean, I've been doing my research. There's a lot of bad, like, not good looking ones out there. For sure. They out there. They out there plentiful as well. And they look like they've been out there for a long time.
Right. No teeth and probably got crazy. Go crazy.
The 304s make an argument that you're more likely to catch something from a square bitch than from a 304. Because they be letting anybody that they just like fuck on them any kind of way. As opposed to a 304, they got a screening process. They only doing condoms for the most part. They have regular testing processes because their product is their business. And,
Can't be running around getting everybody hot. But it's always that motherfucker who is running around hot in the ass and just doing the most.
Hurt. I'm not trying to argue.
So,
I'm just saying what the 304
at the same time, as somebody who I care about, like, of course, I'm going to bring these points up because I care about you and I want you to care about yourself to do that. But I know you're going to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, long as it's all consensual, you know how to have sex, bro. You've been doing it all the time. I feel you learned your lessons that you talked about.
Yeah. Also, now that we're talking about this out loud, now that we have been, I definitely feel like this is kind of a overreaction to me being so bored recently, because I look forward to the excitement of how is this going to turn out. I missed that first date thrill where it's like, what's going to happen?
Right.
But now I'm doing it with danger. Flirting with danger a little bit more.
Well, my brother, I hope that you have a wonderful time.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Good, because it don't need to be hot.